I have people come to me all the time talking about, hey Tony, I got this great property. I want to do transitional housing. Can you help me do that? And many times, like, I'm not going to reject someone fully, but many times they'll have a property and think they're going to use it for transitional housing, and that property is not a good fit. So welcome to Live for Free. In today's episode, we're going to talk specifically about why getting the property first is not the best idea, and we're going to talk about how you can better strategize moving forward if you truly want to get into this space. What is the best way to do it? Getting the property first or setting up your program? That's what we're going to talk about. So let's jump right in. Now, before I get into the details of specifically what to do when you have a property first and not a program, I do want to talk about the different type of uses that you can have for a property. Many people seem to mix up what we're talking about when we're talking about transitional housing. They mix it up thinking we're talking about group homes or we're talking about boarding houses. Let me make a clear distinction between the three. Number one, we don't run, our transitional housing is not a boarding house. A boarding house is simply housing that meets a need, that makes it affordable. It's shared between people. It may or may not be shared rooms. It could be private rooms. But at the end of the day, it is just housing. There's no programming attached to it. And it can be indefinite. As long as they do what they're supposed to do, you'll keep letting them stay there as long as they need to stay. That is a boarding house. That is not transitional housing. Transitional housing is truly a home that provides wraparound services for an individual based on the program that has been set up there. Now, we had talked about group homes before. Group homes are pretty simple. It could be something long-term. It could be something that is temporary. But at the end of the day, a group home has a whole lot of people staying in it where they're sharing rooms. It's still just housing, and you're catering to a specific need, whether it's individuals dealing with disabilities, you've got veterans, you've got other things like that, but that typically is a group home. That is not transitional housing. Even though we talk about programs, transitional housing truly talks about how we can help someone transition from one place into another place. It's not meant to be permanent, even though you might have people who stay there for a long period of time. It could be a 2-year program, but you get to define that. So people ask me all the time about group homes, boarding homes, transitional homes. They are not equal. So as long as you understand they're not equal, because you could find housing that meets a group home need or that meets a boarding house need. But finding a property before you know what you're going to do, that is not transitional housing. So I want to make sure you understand, when I talk transitional housing, I'm specifically talking about a program that has been created based off of your why to then create that meets those needs of that individual in that property. So let's now answer the question and talk specifically about housing when you find a property for a transitional housing. Because to me, the way that I create transitional housing, and I encourage my students to do the same thing, you don't get the property first because you don't know what your program is yet. So if you don't know what your program is yet, how do you know what house you're going to get? So I tell people all the time, you need to make sure you know what type of program you're wanting to create, who you're serving, how you want to serve it, what are the terms, how long is it for, what are the things that they need. All that stuff has to be determined first. So I'm just going to tell you personally, when people come to me with a property first, I just say, okay, let's see what we can do. Because I do not like going into situations with property first. And the reason why, by the time we're done, we're going to look at that property and say, wow, this program does not fit this property. And that happens. And at the end of the day, when you work with me, my goal is to help you have long-term success. Is that what you want? Do you want long-term success? Because if you truly want long-term success, then I'm definitely the partner to work with. I'm your mentor. But you can't come to me with property first, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pull out what that program is based on you. And if it doesn't fit, then you must let it go. Property's got to let go. So those are the type of things I look for when I'm talking to students who want to work with me, mentees who are desiring to have me coach them down a path. And I truly want to see you be successful. And it's hard to be successful when you get a property first. So I want to speak to those of you who are in my school community. By the way, if you have not indicated the notifications or you're getting notified when I'm putting on a video, go ahead and do that now, because I've got some nuggets I'm about to send out over the next few weeks that are going to be significant in your success, and I do not want you to miss it. So be sure to hit notifications and subscribe, because those are the things that are going to get my video to you first. So when I put something out, be looking out for it. But as I think about people who are in my school community, our school community is a network of purpose-driven leaders who desire to create transitional housing programs that are successful and that can scale. And we work together toward building that community in which we are in. So, and you come in new into our community, my goal is that you jump in and start learning, because these are things that we cover. I've covered this topic probably a few times in the past posts. So I want you to become familiar, even search for different posts so you can get an idea of what we've talked about already. And then ask your questions from a space of not from that you've done some research. You've looked at, you've heard some of the things I talk about. And it's okay if you ask questions 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. I just want to make sure that you're getting an understanding, because as we do transitional housing work, it truly is a ministry. Think of it as a place where you can help someone transform their lives from wherever they are. They're in a bad situation. You have experience to help them get out of that bad situation and help them get on their feet and flourish. That is your goal. You want to transform them different than when they came through your door. So with that in mind, let that be your focus. The house is wonderful, but we're not even talking about the house if we don't even know the program that you're running. We don't know who you're serving or why you really want to serve them. And those are critical questions that are important if you truly want long-term success. So I want to encourage you to join our 5-day challenge that is going to happen next month. If you've not registered yet, go ahead and do that in our classroom. If you're already in our school community, tonyschool.com, that's TONISKOOL.com. Go to the classroom and look up the 5-day challenge. In that 5-day challenge, that's where we can jump in there and get to understanding really what it is that you're going to create. Many of you have a thought, but you've not talked it through yet. Being able to talk it through with a group of people who are all there for the same purpose, which is to learn how to do this work beautifully and to create a program that is flawless and that can scale and have long-term success. I want to help you do that. So please go out there and look at that. I'm running a promotion right now. Hopefully by the time you watch this, the promotion is still there so that you can participate in our 5-day challenge. In that challenge, your life will be transformed as it relates to what you want to do in this work that you're creating. We will create a blueprint to show you how to be successful. So go ahead and join our community. Sign up for our school 5-day challenge, And I will look forward to helping you iron out these details related to being successful in creating transitional housing for the population that you want to serve. So let's get out here and change the world. And so it is.